I'ma remain humble. That's my tip going forward now from this international break. Yes, Liverpool are doing great. We're top of the table, but I'm not getting excited. I'm gonna remain humble. I'm going to remain humble. Welcome back to the channel, people. It's your boy Mike's Blatant Red TV on this lovely Monday morning. I hope everyone is doing grand. If you're a Liverpool fan, I think it's a beautiful Monday morning. It definitely is. But yeah, people, this is the new show that I wanted to bring you guys. This is called the Next Day Wrap Up. It's when we wrap up all the results that happened on the weekend, mainly the big ones, mainly, you know, the results that happened with our rivals, because that's who we're really looking at. We're not really looking at anyone else that's below that. Tottenham, what's going on for Tottenham? The second loss before international break. So now these Tottenham fans have to stew on this loss for 2 weeks, i.e. being my father, sorry dad, and my brother, that Hotspur guy. If you haven't checked him out, you should check him out, people. That's his channel, my brother. He's a Tottenham supporter. That Hotspurs guy, check him out. But yeah, it's not looking good for Tottenham. I've got some key talking points I want to bring to you in this, you know, the first episode of this show. It should really be a live show, to be honest, man, but I think the live stuff will come once I obviously start collecting a bit more subscribers, and then I'll start going live. But for now, I'm just gonna do the videos beforehand and then just upload it afterwards. But yeah, some of my key talking points I want to talk about. Number one being Liverpool, top of the table, 9 points clear of the team that's sitting third, down to probably like the 9th. Our closest other rival is Manchester City, sitting on 23 points, but they are now 5 points behind us due to their loss to Brighton. So right now, I'm excited as a Liverpool fan, but I'm just remaining humble, guys, because it's all good. You know, like I said, I don't want to bring any negativity in it, but this is football, people. Like, you could be winning today, tomorrow, you could be winning for a whole week, and then one day you will get that shock result. So that's my thing. And it's like, so far we've been great. So far we've been outstanding. Like, for us to be top of the table after 11 games, sitting on 28 points, 9 points clear of last season's runner-up, and 5 points clear of the champion, you gotta applaud that, man. You gotta applaud that. But at the same time, it's like, I'm loving the feeling, guys. I'm loving it. But at the same time, I'm just going to remain humble, because football is a humbler. I'm telling you, football is a humbler. But for now, as a Liverpool fan, we can only enjoy what we are seeing right now that is unfolding at the club. On the pitch, Slot, just the confidence, the form behind the team. It's just, everything is lovely right now. Everything is lovely. Like the competition for places, like players that come out and come in, that, you know, it's like they're fitting in seamless, not even affecting the team's performance. Like, it's mad. There's so many players to talk about, like Simicast, Gravenberch, Diaz, Gakpo. There's so many players. The only player that I think I've got like a little gripe with right now is probably Szoboszlai. Like, I want to see the Szoboszlai from Leipzig. I want to see that player that was just packing shots from all angles of the pitch. Like, I want to see that, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the only gripe that I've got right now when it comes to any players in our team, is just Sobo. Like, I want a bit more from him, man. I want a bit more from him. And I'm not being harsh saying that. I don't feel I'm being harsh saying that, because we've seen what the guy can produce. You know what I mean? He just needs to just find his form under Slot and Liverpool. But, you know, I'm not trying to be too critical on none of our players, man, at the moment. But yeah, you know, he's just the only player really that I've got a little gripe with. But like I said, man, Liverpool, they're doing well, man. And like I said, long may it continue, man. Long may it continue. Second point I want to get into is Man City's result. Like, Man City, are on the back of like this is the first time, sorry, that Pep has lost 4 games in a row in his whole career. Like, that is nuts to me. That just shows you the level of manager this guy is. Like, this is the first time in his career. We all know how successful Pep's been. Do you know what I mean? We all know the type of manager. We all know the teams he's built, everything, innit? So for him to lose 4 games on the spin is proper un-Manchester City-like. It is. Like, we've never sat here and spoke about something like this, but Man City are going through it right now. What can we put it down to? I don't know, to be honest, because I'm not a Man City fan, so I don't really follow them like that. But everyone is saying, oh, you know, it's the loss to Rodri, losing Rodri for the, you know what I mean? Maybe that could be the case. Maybe it could be just Man City have been found out now. You know, they've got injuries to some key players like De Bruyne. He's not really the player he used to be. Who else? Foden's kind of going through a little madness right now. He's not the player of last season. I think people are talking about Kyle Walker's performances have been up and down. I'm not too sure, man. But something's definitely going on over at Manchester City, man. Because I watched the game I did, and it's like I'm watching the game and I'm saying, it was me and my son sitting down watching the game, and I'm saying, son, these lot are going to score, you know. Like, I could just see it, like the way Brighton was just moving the ball. And then eventually, that equaliser came through João Pedro. And that was a player that, you know, luckily for Liverpool, he was injured when he came back. When we faced them. So he wasn't really, like, match fit. But look what he did. He scored that goal, a little scrappy goal. But he was there to obviously just capitalise and whack it in the back of the net, you know what I mean? And then they got the second goal. And then, yeah, man, it was like shock. I was shocked, man. Couldn't believe it. But you know, due to that loss now, Man City's 5 points behind Liverpool. Obviously, this is Man City, so that's probably the one team that that's why this is why I'm saying I'm remaining humble, because even though we're 5 points clear of Man City, it's still Man City. Them man have the capability of going on a run. It's like, yes, Liverpool are on a run right now, but we knew about being under Klopp that we can go on these runs. We're still yet to see. So far, so good with Slot, but we're yet to see if the run can continue. If it can, then yeah, I don't have a problem when it comes to, like, you know, being afraid of Man City or whatever, thinking they can catch us, because as long as we keep winning, and I understand that Liverpool might probably have a stumbling block at some point, but I'm just hoping we don't. I'm hoping that we can just still continue winning, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, so that result was a shock result on the weekend. The next result, Arsenal, the second team, or the third team, should I say, that, well, people had Arsenal as like, yeah, the favourites to win the league this season. But them guys are obviously like, you know, what's it? No winning, like, I think no winning 4 as well now for Arsenal. It's looking peak for Arsenal. Like, that draw yesterday that they had against Chelsea, you know, it was probably like, I wouldn't say a better point for Chelsea, but then again, yeah, probably a better point for Chelsea, because Arsenal, they've got title credentials this season. They needed to win that game. So a draw was not going to do them any good, to be honest, innit? They needed that win. Even though if they won, it would have still left them 7 points behind Liverpool, but it probably would have gave them that, you know, vote of confidence that, yeah, you know what, we got that win against a team that's in and like one of their rivals in a sense, because let's be honest, Chelsea, like, as of now, they are Arsenal's rival, innit? Because they're kind of all, even though we know, yeah, like I said, Arsenal are going for the title, but right now they're in like a top 4 little battle, innit, with Chelsea. So yeah, man, Arsenal needed that win yesterday and they didn't get it. So it's looking lovely for Liverpool right now. But yeah, man, Arsenal are going through it, man. They're going through it right now. Like, them Arsenal fans ain't happy, you know. They a lot of them are saying title's over and it's only like 11 games in. You know what I mean? Because they're looking at it realistically. Is Liverpool going to drop a lot of points this season? But like I said, you never know, people, man. Football is a weird game. Like I said, Liverpool are sitting top right now. We can come back after the international breaks, even though I don't want to. But we can come back after the international breaks. And next, you know, our form is just stuttering. Because after the international break, we've got some big games. Liverpool, we got Southampton, then we've got the big game against Real Madrid at Anfield, and then we've got Man City at Anfield after that. So that's the game, though. if we beat Man City, Liverpool at home, then I might start getting excited, people. I might start getting excited. I might stop this whole humbling talk. That's the win that I'm looking for, yeah? Get that win over Man City. Because we got to go to the Etihad next year. And we all know the Etihad. And by that point, City can be all on like some 17 winning streak. Because we know about this team. So yeah, man, that's the game that... Those results, Real Madrid and Man City, so far it's been a test, innit? It's been a test that everyone said that Liverpool, you know, might probably stumble at the last 10 games, or these 10 games that we're playing so far. But we've won 6 out of them. Or is it 5? I can't remember. I think it's 6 of them we've won so far out of the 10, or 5 out of the 10. One of the two anyway. But the Real Madrid and Man City, those are the games that I'm looking forward to, in a sense. Like, if we can overcome them two, because we need to get revenge on Real Madrid, because they need that, man. We've come up against Real Madrid so many times under Klopp and we lost. So I'm hoping that we can turn that around and get a result, because Real Madrid's form in the Champions League this year has been kind of like up and down, to be honest. So I'm hoping we get that result against Real Madrid, and I'm hoping we beat Man City, because they are rivals, innit? And we need to make sure that we can keep stretching that gap, you know, So obviously, like, that's for some of the key points. I touched on obviously the international games. That was a key point that I was going to speak about. We just touched on the Arsenal result as well. Next point that I want to touch on is Arne Slot. I did want to go a bit more in depth about Arne Slot, to be honest, man. Like, but for now, I'm going to just give the man his flowers, bro, while he, you know, 11 games in. Like I said, I did not know anything about this man. I did not know who Slot was. I was one of them fans that was a bit underwhelmed once we knew that Xavi Alonso wasn't going to become Liverpool manager. I was underwhelmed when we, you know, talks was coming out that, yeah, we're looking at Slot. I'm thinking, who's Slot, man? Like, who is this guy, bro? You know what I'm trying to say? Like, man's managing Feyenoord and that, like, and then I was looking at the whole, what was going on with Ten Hag at Man United, because he come from the same league. So I'm like, you know, I did my little research and I see that he come from another, I can't remember the other Dutch team that he came from, but Feyenoord was the team that he went to. I think he won the league with them. And then I think the season that he left last season, I think they finished 2nd in the league or 3rd in the league, one of the two places. That's what I'm trying to say. I should have really done a bit more research on this, guys, because I did want to actually like go in a bit more depth about our manager. You know what I'm trying to say? Right now I'm making him look like bad, in the sense that I haven't even done my research on this guy. It was sad to see Klopp go, but I just felt that the team probably needed a new voice. Do you know what I mean? Like, because during the latter stages of Klopp's career, or Klopp's reign at Liverpool, like, the team was playing a bit stale, man. You know what I mean? So it was that hope for, like, all right, cool, pre-season's come. Then I saw a few of the results in pre-season, you know, obviously players coming out like Curtis Jones and hyping him up, but you're going to get that, innit? You're going to get players coming out and, you know, saying, yeah, man, it's great so far, but it was still early days, innit? But me personally, to be 11 games in, for him to have 15 wins out of his first 17 games, for him to be the first manager in Liverpool's history to slightly win that much amount of games, is crazy. It's crazy. Like, you have to give the man his flowers, bro. You have to. Like, his tactics in games, the way he speaks, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, he's made certain players, like, have a home in the team. Like, Klopp, like I said, Sam Gravenberch didn't even know where to play to you. You know what I mean? Slot's coming now. I apologise for, obviously, the squeaking noise. That's the clutch people, them. And the video's been going on for 14 minutes, so you lot probably be listening to that squeaking noise for how long? But apologies, man. But like I said, Gravenberch has now found a home. Like, he's made Diaz score more goals. He's made Gakpo come. Gakpo got signed by Klopp. Klopp was playing Gakpo as an 8, a false 9. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, Klopp was doing a lot of playing squares in round circles, if that's the saying. Like, there was a lot of things that I didn't understand. I'm saying, Klopp, you bought these, man. How do you know where to play these, man, bruv? But, like, Arne Slot's coming now. Like, Tsimikas, another player that didn't get a look in under Klopp really like that. Whenever Robbo got injured, whenever any of Klopp's favourites got injured, they was always back in the team. No matter how good the player behind him played, they was always back in the team. Like, and I used to think like, bro, why can't you just give my man a runner? You know what I'm trying to say? There was games that wasn't even of any importance. All the favourite players was getting played, like, you know what I'm trying to say? So there's just certain things that I like about Slot, man. Like the fact that, you know, we're not so, like, listen, I loved the football that we played on the clock. I loved it. Like the transitions, the speed, the counter-attacks, the Barcelona win, the bare comebacks that we had against, like, I loved Klopp's football. But we conceded a lot of goals. We always conceded first in Klopp's reign as well. Like towards like the latter stages of his career, like under Slot, we don't concede first. Like even if we do concede, like I have confidence that my team's gonna go out and score goals again. You know what I'm trying to say? So me personally, man, like what Slot's doing is crazy, man. And like I said, for us to be top of the table after 11 games, 5 points clear of our nearest rivals, 9 clear of the second favourite. Yeah, man, you got to give it up to my man. You got to give it up to him. So I'm giving Slot a round of applause because he deserves it. You know what I mean? He deserves it. Another key point I wanted to talk about in this wrap-up is the partnership between Konate and Van Dijk right now. That partnership, what these men are doing, like, Van Dijk is just turned into that player that he was a couple years ago. Like, where people doubted him and said that, yo, he's finished. I remember it, them seasons, like, I think when he had the World Cup and he was performing bad in that sea, everyone said Van Dijk's finished. He's relying on his aura and all this madness. Like, don't get it twisted. He was shocking in that season, you get me? But he's back. This is another thing as well. It's like, I don't know whether it's the Dutch thing between him and Slot, but he's found, we got Van Dijk back. He's that guy. You know what I'm trying to say? Konate, I don't know. Konate, obviously, apart from injuries, man always knew there was a player in Konate. You know what I'm trying to say? But this season, the way Konate is playing is just, like I said, he's putting up like 10 out of 10 performances every game. Every game. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Like, the way he's covering Trent, like, the way he's just manhandling some of these strikers, bro. Like, it's just, between both of them, it's mad. They're the best. They're the best partnership in the world right now. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, there's no one better. And like, as Liverpool fans, we should be so happy to have them two as centre backs. And then you look at the two behind them, like Kwanzaa. Yes, obviously he's made a few mistakes, but don't get it twisted. For Kwanzaa's age, he is a good defender. Then you've got Joe Gomez. The guy can play in how many positions? Right back, centre back, left back. You know what I'm trying to say? Like. All we need from Gomez is just for him to score a goal. I'm telling you, man. But I'm just saying right now, there's nothing no one can say about them two as at the centre-back partnership right now. Like, for Liverpool as well. They are the reason why we're slightly, like, as well as the attackers are doing their part, but Van Dijk and Konate, they're another reason why we're sitting top of the table right now, because without no defence, you can't be where you are in the league, innit? You know what I'm trying to say? So, yeah, man, big ups to Van Dijk and Konate every time. Another point I want to touch on is just Trent's injury. We obviously all saw him go down 23 minutes into the game against Aston Villa. It looks like a hamstring injury. Obviously, for him to not be able to play on means it must be serious, but fingers crossed, you know, he comes back swiftly, because, you know, depending on what type of hamstring injury it is, usually the hamstring injury can have you out for about 2 to 3 weeks. So I'm hoping he doesn't go to, obviously, like, I don't think he will go an international camp now with England. He probably will just stay at Liverpool and work on getting fit, because that's what we need. We need Trent fit and available for when it restarts again in 2 weeks. But yeah, people, that was the next day wrap up. International break now. Look out for the preview at some point a day or two before the Southampton game. But until then, people, Liverpool fans especially, enjoy these 2 weeks, man. Enjoy looking at the table and seeing Liverpool top of the table. It's been your boy, Mikes. Everyone have a blessed week, and I'll see you soon.